Hey, what is up, guys? Back with another video. All right, so today I'm gonna be actually doing a few fun games with one of my favorite Mortar decks. Now, this particular deck right here. Actually, let me get it on the screen. I'm tripping. It's not even on the screen yet. My bad, guys. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, so it should be, okay, so it's on the screen now. All right, my bad. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Mortar decks right here. I've been actually playing with this deck right here for like literally the last like 5 or 6 years, on and off and stuff like that. Now, this is one of the variations. I do switch out a card or two in this deck, and usually what I do, depending on what I want to do, is I might switch out the Goblin Gang, sometimes either for bats or for the Skeleton Barrel. But that's pretty, or actually, and also, I don't usually use this. The Dark Prince is kind of a new addition to the deck, but I don't usually use the Dark Knight in this particular deck right here. But yeah, I'm going to jump into a few fun games with you guys, just to kind of show you guys how I use this deck, and also show you, for anybody that's wondering about Mortar decks, yes, Mortar decks are still, like, I personally think Mortar decks are still just as good as they're going to be as good as they're always going to be, especially if you do have the evolved Mortar, which I don't have right now, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to get into a few matches real quick, so let's jump into it. There'll be a few league matches, so. All right, let's see who the first victim is going to be. All right. Yeah, I think this deck is like one of the funnest decks, though, because there's so many different angles that you can come with, so. All right, so he's going to start off with a Witch on the left-hand side. So I think I'm going to do a Princess back here and just kind of chill until this little mini P.E.K.K.A comes. Then we could do Rascals right here. That was a little bit later than I wanted it to be. It caught on to one of the Rascal archers. All right, so let's see how he responds to this. I don't want to spend my arrows on that Dark Goblin because I don't know if he's got Firecracker or what he might have, so just to be on the safe side. It seems like everybody's running Firecracker nowadays, so you always want to be on the safe side and make sure that you got a response for it. So, alright, so I think I'm going to start, let's go ahead and start a push on the opposite side. So I'm going to do Miner and Gob Gang and see how he responds to this. So he responds with the Witch. It was kind of a desperate response for him to drop the Witch right there. I don't think he wanted to do that at all. So let's do a Princess back here. Gets rid of some of that splash. All right. Yeah, I think I kind of messed him up with that. I don't think he wanted to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and start off with a Mortar push real quick. So Mortar Rascals. And I was going to say he might have dropped that... No, he didn't drop it too late, actually. He dropped it just in time. The Mortar's going to connect to the tower, and then I also have the Princess and the Rascals for the bats. So that was perfect right there. We're going to go ahead and get the tower at least down to the 500 range, right? With the Miner right there. And then pretty much we'll be in Fireball range here soon. So at this point, I'm going to play defense with them. We'll do a Gob Gang right here. And then, so he's going to be sending this giant skeleton. So, yeah, we're going to play defense at this point right here. So, Dark Prince up there at the top. Let's do a Miner right here, too. And then we're going to lather with some Gob Gang. Oh, I forgot about his... I forgot about that. Oh, crap. He got me with that. He got me with that. All right, Rascal's right here. He so got me with that. Let's do a Princess over here. And that's going to be tower right there, guys. All right. A defensive Mortar. And like I said, it's going to be defense right now. So we're just going to play defense. I'm not really worried about that side right there. I think at this point, he knows he lost the game. So it's kind of like futile at this point. We'll do a Dark Prince right here just in case. And that's going to be game. So we're going to shoot him a good game real quick. And let's move on to the next one. And excuse the background noise, that's my daughter back there throwing a little fit, so. All right, let's just do one more. I don't want to make this video a crazy long video. But just for anybody that likes mortars, this would be a good idea, something to use. This deck right here used to be like crazy popular deck back in the days. It still kind of is. You can still see this deck used in like the upper ladder. But yeah, this is a deck that I've just never put down, and I've been playing with this deck for years, literally years, and it's a fun deck. So, all right, so I think I'm going to start off with the Princess at the Bridge on the right hand side. Let's see what he's running. He dropped a Electro Spirit, and he's got a Knight coming on the opposite side over here. Should we do a Gob Gang? Let's do a Gob Gang. Let's see how he responds. He responds with a Fireball. Ouch. Not the best trade, but I kind of made it even with my Dark Prince on his Knight trade, so that, I guess that kind of added up a little bit. All right, let's do a Minor, opposite side. I was really, really hoping that the Dark Knight was going to actually touch the tower. Oh, he's got Expo. Okay, so we'll do Rascals right here, and let's do a opposite side Princess, and let's try to get that that Expo knocked out as quick as possible here. Oh man, that wasn't quick enough right there. So he still was able to lock onto the tower, unfortunately. All right. So here in a second, I think I'm gonna get set up for a push with my Mortar. So I think, like, let's start right now. We'll do Mortar on the opposite side. I don't have my Rascals in cycle yet, but this is gonna have to do for now. Do a Dark Prince. We at least got 2 hits off of it, so we'll take that. All right, so let's do a Rascals right here. He's probably gonna drop his Expo here in a second. And I think what I'm gonna do is, with his Expo, I think I'm gonna save the Minor for. Let's go ahead and arrows that real quick. Okay, so there we go. So now he dropped his log. So let's go ahead and do a Princess, and we'll do a Mortar right here, and then let's follow up with a Dark Prince, Rascals, and then let's do a Minor back here. Which that actually is working out really good. The Minor is getting so much damage on that tower because it just finally started getting noticed by the tower. So that's perfect right there. All right, so we're gonna do a Mortar right here in the middle again. Let's go ahead and arrows that. Dark Prince right here for the Knight. Hopefully distracted the Knight. And then let's do a Minor also, because like I was saying, I'm gonna use the Minor. I'm gonna try to use the Minor on the Expo as much as possible. So much as we can. Let's do Gob Gang because he already dropped and wasted his log. And at this point, it's gonna pretty much be defense. We have him down to where we can pretty much just cycle him out. So, okay, Minor. It was a little bit too late, but good enough. Let's at least get 1 or 2 hits off the tower real quick from him. Gob Gang. And then we got the Rascals ready for him too. Cool, and he already dropped his log, so that's perfect. So let's go ahead and do a Dark Prince, and then we'll follow up with a Minor on the opposite side. And then let's go ahead and arrows these and at this point, I think Fireball range. So we'll Fireball them and we'll call it game. Good game. But yeah, guys, like I said, this is probably one of my favorite decks. It's a very fun deck. Now, there's ways that you can make this deck, and I'll show you guys real quick. Here, let's go back real quick to the deck. But yeah, it's 3.6. There are ways that you can make this deck cheaper for sure. One thing also is like the Dark Prince. You don't really need Dark Prince in this deck. It's just something that I added in because I face a lot of like Mega Knights and stuff like that, and Dark Prince is a really good card to kind of slow down the Mega Knight as far as that goes. But if you want, you can switch out the Dark Prince with something way cheaper, even like an Ice Spirit, which originally is what I would run in this deck. But yeah, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to put a hog in place of Dark Prince, you can. Regardless, you got your tank right here, which is the Rascals. So you don't really need the Dark Prince, but I add mines in anyways. But yeah, man, so this is a pretty solid deck. You got the arrows just in case for the Firecrackers or Princess, which you see a lot of, depending on where you are in the ladder. But it seems like everybody uses Firecracker. But yeah, very solid deck, pretty quick cycle. And then once you get set up to where you're like in range of Fireball or even Miner, then at that point you pretty much just play defense. So that's it. But that's all with this video, guys. I just want to show you guys a few matches on one of my favorite decks of all time that I've been playing with for years. And honestly, this deck right here, honestly probably has like the most used deck in my profile. So basically what I'm saying is if you go back and look at my profile stats and look at the deck that I use the most out of my whole Clash career, it's probably going to be this deck right here. So for sure. But yeah, that's it though, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Until next time,